Today we have Pastor Joseph Prince. He's a senior pastor of New Creation Church all the way in Singapore. He's also a programmer here on Daystar. Pastor Joseph, welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here.
Thank
We're
you.
so happy to have you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Pastor, we know you have awesome style. Well, can you tell us, where do you shop? And I'm sure people wonder, what inspires your style?
Hey, look at this.
Bright red.
I think my wife, I should say that
There you
my
go.
wife is the one. I used to dress like a pink shirt, polka dot pants, believe it or not, when I
Really?
first met her. So she's the one that I must give this credit to.
Wow.
She dresses me up. Sometimes she will, like, if she's not with me, like this trip, she'll say, don't forget, for this one here, I
Oh,
think you look
wow.
better dressed like this. And
Yeah.
So I got a wonderful wife.
There you go. That's good.
She's got the good style.
Yeah. Pastor Joseph, how did the Lord call you into the ministry?
Well, I was in business before he called me, and it's like the story of Jonah. You know, he spoke to me, and I heard his voice. He says, go full time. And what happened was that I said, oh, yeah, Lord, I'm going to make lots of money for you, and then I'm going to sponsor lots of missionaries. That's what I'm going to do, you know.
Right.
But the Lord said, I'm going to freeze everything in your business if you don't go. So in my heart, I was saying, well, if this is the voice of God, let it happen.
Yeah.
And sure enough, it's never happened before, but the week after that, everything was freezed.
Wow.
Until I said, Lord, yes, I'll go. So it's like Jonah, you know, when he was
Wow.
thrown overboard, everything was all right.
Wow.
So I knew that the Lord was calling me full time, and I was about in my early 20s when that happened. But it's been a wonderful journey, Jonathan.
That's great.
Can you also tell us, Pastor, where did you get the inspiration for your book, The Power of Right Believing?
Susie, this book is the culmination of years of preaching and teaching the gospel of grace. For me, it is there is no other gospel. The gospel is the gospel of grace. It's not about what we've done. It's about what Christ has done. It's not about D-O. It's about D-O-N-E, you know, resting in the finished work. And a lot of
Wow.
people are struggling. And you can see that the subtitle there is 7 Keys to Freedom from Guilt, Fear, and Guilt and Addiction. And we find that we have so many testimonies of people that after they have heard the gospel of grace, they are delivered supernaturally from, for example, eating disorders, from pornography, you know, and chronic lifelong habits that couldn't be broken by willpower. But right believing, when they believe right, it seems like it's not overnight, but some of them just matter of weeks. They say that they have not been watching pornography, not been touching another cigarette or weed, smoking weed and all that. And for us, it's just too good to be kept just to ourselves.
Yes.
And many of the testimonies in the book are from America.
Wow. That's great. So there's lots of great testimonies in the book as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Pastor Joseph, what would you say to someone who's struggling in believing in God?
Well, I would tell them, number one, belief and faith is not something that you struggle. You know, the Bible says the only struggle or the only labor we have is in Hebrews 4, let us labor to enter the rest. It's almost like work at resting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it is like, even both of you are new parents, right, of a beautiful child. I just got to meet your boy. He's lovely. But the thing is that it's not about striving. Inwardly, you got to be at rest. Because the more you're at rest, the wisdom will flow. And that's faith. Believing God is actually resting in Him. But when you are laboring with your own effort, you are striving, you are pushing, you are trying to make it happen, it's a lot of stress. And that's not faith.
Yeah.
So I would tell the viewers of Daystar that, you know, they have to learn to labor to enter the rest in whatever they are doing. That's the only labor you have to focus on. Let it be your homework this week.
There you go. And if you would like to have a chance to win a free signed copy of Pastor Joseph's new book, right here, signed by Pastor Joseph, send us a message on Twitter @Daystar. What is your favorite Green Room episode?
Pastor, thank you so much for being with us today.
It's
We're
been a pleasure.
Thank
so
you.
happy to
Thank
have
you,
you.
Susan.
Thank you.
you.
Yes, Jonathan.
And thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on The Green Room. Bye-bye.